Our world is full of wonders and beauty, but sometimes, beneath that surface, we encounter things that just don't make sense. Mysteries that have left even the most seasoned explorers and scientists scratching their heads. Tonight, let's talk about some of these unexplained phenomena. These are the kinds of stories that make you question just how much we really know about the natural world. Imagine strange lights dancing in the sky, or eerie sounds echoing from deep within the earth. These puzzles have kept people awake at night for generations, wondering if there's something out there we just can't explain. Let's take a closer look at these unsolved mysteries of the natural world. And remember, if you'd like to hear more about one of these mysteries, or you know something I missed, please leave a comment. Now, let's talk about a place that's whispered about in both sailors' bars and scientific circles. The Bermuda Triangle. Stretching between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, this part of the ocean has swallowed ships, planes, and people without leaving a trace. Over the years, countless vessels have simply vanished here. Some were lost in calm seas, others during raging storms. But what's eerie is that many of these disappearances happened without even a distress call. Just gone. Take the USS Cyclops, for instance. In 1918, this massive Navy ship carrying over 300 men and thousands of tons of manganese ore set sail through the Bermuda Triangle. It never reached its destination, and no wreckage was ever found. The ship and everyone on board simply disappeared without a trace. Then there's the story of Flight 19. In 1945, a group of 5 U.S. Navy bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale for a routine training mission. The weather was clear and the pilots were experienced, but soon after entering the Bermuda Triangle, they reported their compasses malfunctioning and their surroundings becoming strange. The planes were never seen again, and even the rescue aircraft sent to find them vanished. And let's not forget the mystery of the SS Marine Sulphur Queen, a tanker that disappeared in 1963 while carrying molten sulfur. The last communication from the ship was normal, but when it failed to arrive at its destination, a search was launched. All that was ever found were a few life jackets and debris, no sign of the 39 crew members on board. Scientists have tried to explain it with everything from freak waves to magnetic anomalies, but no theory quite fits every case. And then, of course, there are the more out there ideas: alien abductions, underwater cities, or even time warps. It's hard to know what to believe when the ocean itself seems to keep all the secrets. So, the next time you hear about a ship setting sail or a plane taking off over the Bermuda Triangle, you might wonder, what if they just disappear into the blue, never to be seen again? Imagine living in a small, peaceful town where the silence is part of its charm. But then, out of nowhere, you start hearing a low, persistent hum. It's faint, almost like the distant engine of a car, but it never stops. It follows you wherever you go, a sound only you and a few others can hear. This is the reality for some residents of Taos, New Mexico, where a mysterious noise has been reported for decades. A sound that has come to be known as the Taos Hum. Not everyone in Taos can hear the hum, but for those who do, it's more than just an annoyance. It's a constant presence, making it hard to concentrate, to sleep, or even to enjoy the stillness of the night. One resident described it as a sound that felt like it was vibrating deep within their bones, a low-frequency noise that seemed to come from the earth itself. Another reported that the hum was so persistent, it drove them to the brink of madness, forcing them to leave the town altogether. Scientists have tried to find the source of the hum. They've used sensitive sound equipment, conducted surveys, and even measured the Earth's vibrations, but the results have been inconclusive. Some believe it could be industrial equipment humming in the distance, or perhaps a geological anomaly. Others think it might be psychological, a collective phenomenon affecting only those sensitive to certain frequencies. Despite all efforts, the Taos Hum remains unexplained. It's as if the town itself holds on to the secret, revealing it only to those it chooses. And for those who hear it, the hum is a reminder that not all mysteries can be seen. Some are felt deep within, in ways that defy explanation. Death Valley, a name that conjures images of desolation, heat, and the kind of silence that makes you feel truly alone. But within this vast, unforgiving landscape lies a mystery that has puzzled scientists and adventurers alike for decades. The sailing stones of racetrack dry lake bed. Imagine walking across this flat, dry lake bed and stumbling upon a trail, a long, winding path in the dirt, as if something heavy has slid across the surface. You follow the trail, your curiosity growing until you reach its source, a large stone sitting in the middle of nowhere. What's strange is that this stone has moved, seemingly on its own, across the desert floor. These rocks, some weighing as much as several hundred pounds, have been seen to travel across the dry lake bed, leaving behind these unmistakable tracks. No one has ever witnessed them move, yet the evidence is right there, etched into the earth. One of the earliest documented cases of these sailing stones was by geologists in the 1940s. They were baffled by the phenomenon, noting how some stones traveled in straight lines, while others took sharp turns or even doubled back on themselves. It wasn't until decades later that scientists began to piece together possible explanations. One theory emerged in the 1970s, suggesting that a thin layer of ice formed on the lake bed during cold winter nights. When the sun came up, the ice would begin to melt, and with just the right amount of wind, the stones would slowly glide across the slick surface. It's an elegant explanation, but even with this theory, many questions remain. Despite the scientific explanations, there's something haunting about these stones. Some visitors have described a feeling of being watched, as if the desert itself is alive and aware of their presence. Others claim to have heard faint, echoing sounds, like whispers carried on the wind while standing near the stones. So, what do you think? Are these stones simply moved by natural forces? Or is there something more at work here? Something that we might never fully understand? In Death Valley, where the landscape itself seems otherworldly, it's easy to believe that not all mysteries have simple answers. Imagine standing outside during a thunderstorm, the sky dark and rumbling with energy. Suddenly, you see it, a glowing ball of light, hovering in the air, moving slowly and silently across the landscape. This eerie phenomenon is known as ball lightning, and for centuries, it has baffled those who've witnessed it. Reports of ball lightning date back hundreds of years. Some describe it as a glowing orb, ranging in size from a few inches to several feet in diameter. It appears out of nowhere, often during thunderstorms, and can last for just a few seconds, or linger long enough to drift through walls, windows, and even closed doors. One of the most famous cases happened in 1907, when a large ball of lightning reportedly entered a Russian church, floated down the aisle, and then exploded with a deafening bang, leaving the congregation terrified but unharmed. Another account from the 1800s tells of a ship at sea where ball lightning rolled along the deck, narrowly avoiding the crew before disappearing into the ocean. But what is ball lightning really? For years, it was dismissed as a myth or a hallucination, but more recent scientific studies suggest it might be real. Some researchers believe ball lightning could be caused by a combination of factors: electricity from a lightning strike interacting with gases in the air, or perhaps a plasma formed by vaporized elements in the ground. The truth is, we're still not entirely sure. Despite the scientific efforts, ball lightning remains one of nature's most elusive and mysterious phenomena. It's a reminder that even in our modern world, there are things out there that we still don't fully understand. The next time you find yourself caught in a storm, keep an eye on the sky. You might just see one of these strange, glowing orbs for yourself. Deep beneath the waves of the Pacific Ocean lies a place so mysterious, so unexplored, that it has captured the imagination of scientists and adventurers alike: the Mariana Trench. This vast chasm in the Earth's crust is the deepest part of our oceans, plunging nearly 7 miles down into darkness. To put it in perspective, if you were to drop Mount Everest into the trench, its peak would still be over a mile below the ocean's surface. Down here, in the cold and crushing pressure, life exists in forms that seem almost alien. The creatures that call this abyss home are unlike anything else on Earth. Glowing jellyfish, bizarre fish with transparent heads, and creatures with teeth like needles. These are animals that have adapted to a world without light, where the pressure is so intense it would crush most surface-dwelling organisms in an instant. Over the years, explorers have sent submersibles down into the trench, hoping to unlock its secrets. In 1960, the Trieste, a manned submersible, made history by reaching the bottom of the trench. The crew reported seeing strange, flat fish at those extreme depths, although some scientists later questioned the accuracy of those observations. More recently, robotic drones have captured footage of unidentified objects moving through the water, objects that don't match any known species. These sightings have sparked debates about what might still be hiding in the trench, waiting to be discovered. One of the most intriguing mysteries of the trench is the presence of deep-sea hydrothermal vents, volcanic openings on the ocean floor that spew superheated water rich in minerals. Around these vents, life thrives in ways that seem impossible, feeding on chemicals instead of sunlight. It raises the question, could the trench harbor life forms unlike anything we've ever seen? The Mariana Trench remains one of the last truly unexplored frontiers on our planet. What secrets does it hold? Are there creatures down there that defy our understanding of life? Perhaps one day we'll know for sure, but until then, the trench will continue to be a place of endless mystery, hidden beneath the waves. In the arid plains of southern Peru, where the landscape is barren and lifeless, there lies one of the world's most enduring mysteries, the Nazca Lines. These enormous geoglyphs, etched into the desert floor, have puzzled archaeologists and researchers for decades. Stretching over 50 miles, these ancient designs range from simple lines to complex figures of animals, plants, and even humanoid shapes. The Nazca Lines were created between 500 BC and 500 AD by the Nazca culture, but how and why they were made remains a topic of intense debate. Some believe they were part of astronomical calendars, used to track the movements of celestial bodies. Others suggest they were made for religious or ceremonial purposes, perhaps to be seen by the gods from above. When the lines were first discovered by explorers in the 1920s, they were stunned by the sheer size and complexity of the figures. Without modern technology, how could an ancient civilization create such precise and vast designs that can only be fully appreciated from the sky? It's a question that continues to baffle experts. One of the more accepted theories is that the Nazca people used simple tools and surveying techniques to create the lines. By placing wooden stakes in the ground and connecting them with ropes, they could have mapped out these large-scale designs with surprising accuracy. But even with this explanation, the purpose behind the lines remains unclear. And then there are the more speculative ideas. Some suggest that the Nazca Lines were created as messages or offerings to extraterrestrial beings, a theory fueled by the fact that these massive designs can only be truly appreciated from above, as if made for someone or something in the sky. In recent years, advanced imaging technology has uncovered even more lines and shapes, some hidden beneath the desert sands for centuries. These discoveries only add to the mystery, suggesting that the Nazca culture was far more sophisticated than previously thought. The Nazca Lines continue to captivate and mystify those who study them. Were they a form of ancient communication, a religious offering, or something else entirely? As the desert sands shift and change, perhaps more secrets will be revealed. But for now, the Nazca Lines remain one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the ancient world. Deep in the heart of Siberia lies Lake Baikal, the world's deepest and oldest freshwater lake. It's a place of stunning natural beauty, but beneath its crystal clear waters lies a mystery that has baffled scientists and divers for years. Lake Baikal is known for its unique biodiversity, housing thousands of species found nowhere else on Earth. But it's also the site of some strange and unexplained occurrences. Over the years, divers and researchers have reported seeing bizarre formations on the lake bed, some resembling ancient structures, others like massive, unidentifiable objects. In the 1980s, a team of Russian divers claimed to have encountered something extraordinary at the bottom of the lake, giant, unidentified creatures lurking in the depths, moving with an unnatural grace. These reports were dismissed by many as mere hallucinations, brought on by the extreme conditions, but the divers insisted on what they saw. More recently, sonar readings have revealed unusual, unexplained objects lying on the lake bed, some of which seem to be metallic and structured. These findings have led to a flurry of theories, from ancient civilizations that may have once inhabited the area to speculation about extraterrestrial activity. Lake Baikal holds 20% of the world's unfrozen freshwater, and its depths are still largely unexplored. What secrets lie beneath its icy surface? Are the strange formations the remnants of an ancient civilization, or something far more mysterious? As researchers continue to explore this enigmatic lake, it seems that each new discovery only deepens the mystery. For now, Lake Baikal remains an enigma, a place where nature keeps its secrets hidden in the dark, frigid waters. Perhaps, one day, we'll uncover the truth behind these underwater mysteries. But until then, the lake will continue to be a source of fascination and wonder. In a secluded valley in central Norway, an unexplained phenomenon has captivated the attention of scientists and UFO enthusiasts alike: the Hessdalen Lights. These mysterious lights have been appearing in the sky over Hessdalen Valley for decades, sometimes flickering softly, other times darting across the sky in brilliant flashes of color. The Hessdalen Lights first began appearing in the early 1980s, with locals reporting strange, glowing orbs that seemed to hover over the valley. At times, the lights move slowly, almost floating, while at other times, they streak across the sky at incredible speeds, disappearing as suddenly as they appear. These lights have been witnessed by hundreds of people, from local residents to curious tourists. Many describe the lights as eerily beautiful, yet unsettling, glowing spheres that change color, shape, and size, defying any logical explanation. Scientists have been studying the Hessdalen Lights for years, trying to understand what causes this bizarre phenomenon. Some theories suggest that the lights might be the result of geological activity, perhaps gases released from the ground that ignite under certain conditions. Others believe that the lights could be a form of plasma created by the unique weather conditions in the valley. Despite numerous studies, no definitive explanation for the Hessdalen Lights has been found. They remain one of nature's greatest mysteries, a phenomenon that challenges our understanding of the natural world. For every theory that emerges, another question arises, keeping the mystery alive. The Hessdalen Lights remind us that there are still places on our planet where the unknown lingers, where the boundaries between science and mystery blur. As researchers continue their work, the valley keeps its secrets close, offering glimpses of the unexplained, but never revealing its full story. Off the coast of Belize lies a natural wonder that has fascinated explorers and scientists for decades: the Great Blue Hole. This massive underwater sinkhole, nearly 1,000 feet across and over 400 feet deep, is one of the most mysterious places on Earth, both beautiful and haunting in its allure. The Great Blue Hole was formed thousands of years ago during the last ice age, when sea levels were much lower. As the ocean rose, this ancient limestone cave system collapsed, creating the deep, circular chasm we see today. But despite its stunning appearance, the depths of the Blue Hole hold secrets that are only just beginning to be uncovered. Over the years, numerous expeditions have ventured into the Blue Hole, seeking to understand its origins and the life forms that inhabit its depths. One of the earliest and most famous expeditions was led by the legendary explorer Jacques Cousteau in 1971. Cousteau declared the Great Blue Hole one of the top 5 diving spots in the world, but even he couldn't solve all of its mysteries. Divers exploring the Blue Hole have discovered massive stalactites, evidence that this underwater wonder was once a dry cave. But what lies deeper still is even more intriguing. As you descend into the Blue Hole, the water becomes darker, colder, and more ominous. Strange, almost alien-like creatures have been spotted in its depths. Life forms adapted to the extreme conditions of the abyss. Some believe that the Great Blue Hole could hold answers to questions about Earth's geological past, or even clues to life on other planets. Its unique environment, isolated from the rest of the ocean, may harbor life forms that have evolved in ways we can't yet fully understand. Every new discovery only adds to the mystery. The Great Blue Hole is more than just a natural wonder. It's a reminder of the secrets hidden in the depths of our own planet. As we continue to explore its dark waters, who knows what we might find? Perhaps one day, the mysteries of the Great Blue Hole will be revealed. But for now, it remains an enigma, a place where the ocean itself keeps its secrets, locked away. In the summer of 1997, a sound was detected deep in the Pacific Ocean, a sound so loud and so strange that it defied explanation. Known as the Bloop, this mysterious underwater noise was captured by hydrophones thousands of miles apart, and it quickly became one of the most intriguing unsolved mysteries of the deep sea. The Bloop was unlike any other sound ever recorded in the ocean. It was incredibly powerful, loud enough to be picked up by sensors over 3,000 miles away, yet its origin remained elusive. Scientists initially speculated that the sound could be the result of underwater volcanic activity or shifting icebergs, but there was something about the frequency and pattern of the sound that didn't quite match up. One of the most intriguing theories was that the Bloop could have been produced by an enormous, undiscovered sea creature, something far larger than any known whale. The ocean's depths are still largely unexplored, and it's possible that creatures we can only imagine could be lurking in the abyss. However, despite extensive research and analysis, the true source of the Bloop has never been definitively identified. Some scientists now believe it was caused by the fracturing of a massive iceberg, a phenomenon that can produce sounds similar in frequency and pattern. But even this explanation leaves room for doubt, and the mystery of the Bloop continues to fuel speculation. The Bloop is a reminder of how little we truly know about the ocean's depths. In a world where we've mapped the surface of the moon more than our own seabed, it's easy to imagine that there are still secrets hidden in the deep, secrets that could challenge our understanding of life on Earth. For now, the Bloop remains an enigmatic sound from the abyss, a fleeting glimpse of the mysteries that lie far beneath the waves. We've wandered through some of the strangest corners of our world tonight, from mysterious lights in the sky to deep ocean sounds that defy explanation. Each of these stories leaves us with more questions than answers, and maybe that's the point. These aren't just random tales, they're reminders that no matter how much we think we know, there's always something out there waiting to surprise us, something that keeps us up at night, wondering if we've really figured it all out. Maybe that's what keeps us looking, keeps us curious. The idea that there's more to this world than meets the eye. The mysteries we talked about tonight, they might never be solved, and maybe that's what makes them so captivating. They leave us with just enough to keep our imaginations running wild. So next time you find yourself in the quiet of the night, remember these stories. The world's a strange place, full of secrets that are still out there, waiting for someone to stumble upon them. Who knows? Maybe one day it'll be you. Good night.